So this is a review for Punisher, One Last Kill. So for context, I'm going to give you guys my history with the Punisher. I grew up watching the Punisher with Thomas Jane, which in my opinion is still the best Punisher movie. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do a ranking of all the Punisher movies, shows, shorts, and the special, and another one ranking all the Punishers. I think that could be fun. I'll always have a bias for Thomas Jane's iteration of the character, but even putting aside my bias, I think his Punisher gives us the best origin story. Jane's take on the character wasn't just pure rage and carnage, he also played mind games with his enemies, and it makes him stand out among the other Punishers. After Tom Jane's Punisher came Ray Stevens' Punisher, which definitely wasn't a bad movie, but for me was a definite downgrade from its predecessor. It's very action-packed, stylized, and Ray Stevens does an incredible job playing the character. May he rest in peace. I think my problem with his iteration of the character and his movie is its tone was pretty inconsistent. I will give Stevens this though. His Punisher was definitely the most violent Punisher of that era, which was refreshing to see. That brings us to our current Punisher, Jon Bernthal. Bernthal made his first appearance in Netflix's Daredevil Season 2, introducing us to Frank Castle in full Punisher mode. His iteration of the character would go on to get his own show, which consisted of 2 seasons before the rights were bought by Disney. Bernthal has without question been our most violent and dramatically intense Punisher yet, and you'd swear Bernthal was born to play Frank Castle. On May 6th, Disney Plus released a 44-minute television special called The Punisher, One Last Kill. And overall, I really enjoyed this special. I think this is the best we've seen Bernthal's Punisher since Season 2 of Daredevil. With that said, the first 20 minutes of the special feels like we're retreading story beats and character work from Daredevil Season 2 and Punisher Seasons 1 and 2. With each of those, we see Frank wrestling with his past trauma of violently losing his family, and the plot constantly being him going after those responsible. We're more than 10 years into Bernthal's Punisher, and he is still hunting down those who killed his family. Every time by the end of each of those seasons, we're led to believe, okay, now he's going to become the Punisher with the outfit and all, but come the next season or show, we're repeating that exact same plot. I'm hoping this special is the last time we retread this plot line and can finally jump into him just being the Punisher, going out and punishing bad guys and facing some of his most iconic villains from the comics. With all that said, there is some of the best portrayals of PTSD and trauma in this special, which Jon Bernthal plays beautifully, giving, in my opinion, an Academy Award nominating performance. Now, I don't want anyone to think that I'm negative on this special. I think this was a fantastic continuation of Jon Bernthal's Frank Castle, especially when you get to the last half of the TV special. It becomes a raid-style pressure cooker action flick where Frank is trapped in an apartment complex with every criminal in the area flooding the building looking for Frank Castle after having a bounty put on his head. And he's forced to fight his way out using everything from guns, knives, to his fists, to even a pen. The last half is just a 20 minutes long action sequence that's very reminiscent of the raid, and you get exactly what you'd want out of a Punisher action scene. So overall, I would rate Punisher One Last Kill a 7.8 out of 10. To summarize, One Last Kill is a very solid and entertaining installment to Jon Bernthal's tenure as the Punisher. You get some character work, a 20-minute long, bloody, violent action sequence, and another fantastic performance from Jon Bernthal as Frank Castle. It does recycle the plot of him going after those responsible for killing his family and fighting with coming to terms of being the Punisher. Overall, if you have an itch for some bad guys getting some violent punishment wrapped up in a quick 44-minute TV special with just enough plot and character work, then I highly recommend The Punisher One Last Kill. Thank you guys all so much for watching. My name is McKeon Mole, and I'll see you guys in the next one.